at the top, Teddy Afro, Alarm Elena. Then you had Brenda Fassi, Vulu Undalela, and just then in the pocket, dub reggae perfection, Jerusalem by the Wailers with Alpha Blondie. Got some stories there, man?
Yeah. They were the, obviously, as I mentioned, like growing up and stuff like that, they were the tracks that kind of obviously shape who you are and what you listen to. As you heard, the first two songs were obviously a bit more upbeat and BPM is a bit high, and I reckon that's kind of where I got my taste in tech house and house music. I reckon it's from,
because it's essentially like a disco variation.
Yeah, definitely.
And so your old man has the speaker.
Yes.
And when he brings it in and plays that sort of stuff, the whole community gets around it.
Imagine like in a refugee camp.
Oh, it's pretty tough to imagine. Sorry.
Yeah, but I imagine a lot of people. And there's one speaker in that area, and like people are there to just obviously have a great time and enjoy life, and obviously get away from what they're experiencing to really, and kind of forget what they've been experiencing and just really have a really good moment with everyone around the community and stuff like that. So, Dad used to walk around with a speaker, literally just blasting music, and there's cassettes tape that he still has till this day. And I just remember like once he put on like a Teddy Afro song, there's just endless of songs because it's got that album, so it's like you grow up just remembering. It's pretty much like a long song because you remember what song comes on after that. Like you imagine like you're in a car listening to Michael Jackson on a road trip or something, and then it's just on loop, and you just remember, okay, the song's coming up next.
How's that? Even in my playlist, I get that where I hear the end of a song and I automatically, my brain goes to the next song that would play in that 100%. Playlist.
So like us kids used to just be like just dancing 24 hours and just vibing with everyone there, and I used to love it, man.
And so why does your old man have the speaker? Like how did he get the aux?
Yeah. Runs in the family, huh?
Good class.
That's a great question. I'd say Dad passed the aux to me, PTA to me, and that's a bit of a shout out, isn't it?
Yeah. Flipped up, baby.
Flipped up. Well, so Dad's a minister. So when we were in the refugee camp, Dad was studying as well to teach and to learn as well. So he used to travel from the refugee camp to Ethiopia, the city in Addis Ababa. And
what sort of swing we talking? Over there for 2 months and learn a whole bunch of syllabus.
Yeah, a week, 2 weeks. Learn there, then come back and teach, the word of God, English as well. So Dad was bilingual. He spoke heaps of languages, Arabic, English at the time, my native language Nuer that I speak at home with my parents as well, and Almari, which is Ethiopian. I think he might have forgot a bit of that now because it's been so long since he's been back. But so Dad had obviously a lot of knowledge in language and ability to teach, and so he was a minister and obviously working with the Nazarene church and stuff like that. They were facilitating with aid and stuff like that around the community, and obviously they saw it as a way to gather everyone together as well. He had the aux, so it's pretty much just dishing out tracks to everyone. Here you go, this is a song by, tune in.
Dropping all the knowledge on the community.
Drop it, exactly.
But in more ways than one, like obviously you had the speaker and that's a gag, but he was a very senior figure in the community, go and learn a whole bunch of stuff and get a bunch of aid, let's say broadly, and come back and help the community to learn and progress and prepare themselves. Because I suppose in a refugee camp, like everyone there waiting to get processed and go to one single country, 5 different countries? Like how does that whole thing work?
Oh man, well all I know is everyone's happy to go anywhere, man. You're not really sure where you want to go and stuff like that. You just want to go somewhere. But in saying that, it's like the process takes a long time. How
long were you in there?
Well, Dad, we got to in the early 80s, and they waited obviously till 2007 till we moved. That's when we moved from the refugee camp to here in Australia. So bro. It's a long process.
You're talking like 25 years.
Yeah, and some people don't even leave. There's a lot of process, a lot of applications and stuff like that. And obviously, Dad being a minister in the church, we were granted to come here as refugees. Because I saw he was doing a lot of good stuff around the community and stuff like that. So we were very fortunate. And I reckon that's why a lot of the stuff I do as well within the South Sudanese community here, within the footy world and stuff like that, comes off what Dad does. He does a lot of work at schools. So when we first got here, he was an ESL teacher.
So quickly, do you remember the day you found out? The exact day?
Oh man, yeah, hell yeah.
What was that like?
All I remember was like I was so excited. I was really happy. It's like, well, fuck, we're going somewhere.
You didn't know where you were going?
Didn't know where. Well, I think I kind of knew, but not really. I didn't know what Australia was. But I had them.
Literally would have been a word and a concept in your head.
Oh, we're going. Oh, yeah.
I've gone to
yeah.
Australia.
Literally what you were doing plus light all the time and way more food.
Yeah, 100%.
Like in all seriousness, like your concept of making light would have ended with that light bulb or what your existence was, right? It's the old perfect philosophy experiment. And then say you're going to Australia. Your idea of that must have been so different to what it was when you arrived here, right?
Yeah. When we were in the refugee camp, there's a lot of chatter around like, in this world, it's like all you have to do to eat is like you press a button on a machine and then the food comes out. And I was like, bro, what the fuck? Food comes out of what? No way. So
there was a Spy Kids movie or some shit. You remember that? They chucked that.
Nah.
So like talking about?
So something
eat off like a little packet and it turns into a burger.
Oh no.
Yeah, well pretty much it's like people were like, how the hell is this happening? Like, no way, this is real. Like they would explain stuff like that. Like, no, that's not real. But I just remember like leaving the refugee camp, me being really happy. But I had a really close best mate at the time, and he was like sad, obviously. But I was like, man, what's wrong? Like, well, but I didn't know what we were doing. Like, I was just like, oh, I'm going somewhere. But
you're probably like a kid, just being like, everyone's going.
Oh, yeah, but then obviously as you get older, you're like, fuck, that was the last time I seen him, and I wasn't really sure what was happening. So stuff like that is just like, yeah, that's pretty much what happens, man.
And say your best boy, what was his name?
His name's Tud, T-U-T.
Tud.
Yeah.
Do you know if he ever went anywhere? Is in Africa still?
Yeah.
Like you said, never seen him again, but there's no way to keep in contact with that world.
Well, luckily, with social media stuff, it's so much easier. So we have each other on the Facebooks and stuff like that. So we're able to communicate. He can type pretty well, so it makes communicating so much easier. But yeah, he's moved not to a Western country, but still in Africa.
But sorry, we did cut you off. Your dad's an ESL teacher.
Yeah.
What's that?
So ESL teacher is English as second language. A lot of students when they first come to Australia, they get guided through that, through a teacher that kind of helps them learn in a in a foreign way. Like obviously English is tough when you first come here.
And that's his first job when he comes here.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. So you don't speak English, so people get taught, how to write and stuff like that through this ESL teacher, basically. I didn't know how to speak English when I first got here. Like, I learned English, through watching TV and stuff like that. So stuff like that is, it's crazy. So crazy.
Other than the concept of light on 24/7, which is just like trying to wrap my head around that, it's so fucked. What were some of the first things that you experienced in Australia that just truly blew your mind?
Even leaving, like aeroplane? Were you
aeroplane?
Like,
yeah.
The fuck is that?
Just going over water, watching the plane go over water, man. So we flew on with the Emirates, and we got a Polaroid camera as well. They just dish out when you first get on the plane and stuff like that. So got a photo of all of us and
stuff. You still get that photo?
Yeah.
I reckon it's probably popped up on your shoulder right about now. We've got another clip there.
Yeah. So like stuff like that is, and as easy as like getting in the car, you're on the highway, there's a truck or a car right next to you, you go on the same speed, but it feels like you're just standing still. So I first experienced that when I landed in Australia, coming from the Melbourne airport and going home. I was like, what the fuck? Because what the fuck's going on right now? So it's little things like that. It's just like, whoa, like, yeah.
That's blown my mind
Yeah.
as well, because evidently we've all experienced that at some stage as a kid. And as you say it, I'm kind of like, man, I kind of remember sitting in a baby seat and having that. But it's true. It's just until you're exposed to going 100 Ks on the freeway next to a truck and you're reading the letters on this thing and it's perfect, and then the other scene is flinging past 100 Ks an hour, you wouldn't be able to conceptualize it right, and your mind would have been blown apart.
Yeah.
Going from position A to position B in a matter of what, like 2 weeks, you would have just experienced 100 different things at once.
Yeah.
Wow, man. Well, I feel like there's no better time for you to take us there in music. Sort of 7, 8 CJs there, Tom.
Oh, hell
that
yeah.
You remember.
I've got a perfect song. Driving back from the airport, my uncle picked us up. Yeah, I've got the song.
Mate, do you know the name of it?
Sweet Escape. Akon.
Oh, mate.
Yeah.
See you after the
2007 Sweet Escape. Well, that's I didn't even think about it till this day. It's like, it's kind of,
It's poetic.
yeah.
100%.
Man, fuck.
And that was playing in your
Playing in the
uncle's
car. Yeah.
when
So
you
Sweet
picked you
Sweet Escape, Timberland, Where You Are. One other song. So those type of songs were just on the radio.
Mate, PTA.listen. Here you are. Here's CJ.